happy first week of Advent, everybody. Good to be joining you. Hopefully you've had a chance to light a candle. And if you haven't yet, maybe this is the time. You can light a candle of hope. This is the first week of Advent, and hope is the candle we lit on Sunday. I think most of us have an appetite for hope. We're hungering for it, whether we know it or not. There are just certain times when we realize that we're ready for it, that we're aching for it, that we need it. And so when hope comes along, we're all in. We're ready for it. And yet, at the same time, we don't want to be disappointed. We don't want hope to let us down, and so it can be a scary thing to hope for something. And I know many of us have had that experience throughout our life, that we wanted to hope, we were on the verge of hoping, but we wouldn't let ourselves fully embrace that. And that's okay. That's part of the human experience. I have a passage here from Hebrews chapter 6. This is beginning at verse 18. God did this so that by two unchangeable things in which it's impossible for God to lie, we who have fled to take hope of the hope offered to us may be greatly encouraged. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain, where Jesus, who went before us, has entered on our behalf. On my stole for Pentecost, my green stole, I have the image of an anchor, and the anchor is linked to the boat. The anchor is the international symbol for hope, and I think we can probably tell why. That the anchor keeps us stable, links us, tethers us to something in the midst of storms, in the midst of the wind, the waves, and it keeps us stable. I love the image that Hebrews provides for us, because it's not only stability, it's also mobility. Because Jesus, who's gone into the inner sanctuary, who's gone before us, who is with God, he's tethered to us, and he is linked to us. I remember reading years ago about this process known as kedging, and it's involving when ships are in a bay. If they're inside the bay and a storm or a wind comes that they need to get out, what they used to do is they would pull up the anchor and put it into a smaller boat that would row further out into the sea, and then they would drop the anchor there. And so the anchor would have been taken out further to sea, and then the ship would pull forward from the anchor because it was linked to the ship, to the boat. And so that's the image that I think we're to have, is that the anchor, though it can give us stability at times, we all need that, it can also be the provision for mobility, pulling us forward. And so what a beautiful image to think of Jesus, our hope, pulling us forward. And this hope doesn't disappoint us. We can fully embrace it. Luther said that Advent is the season for dancing with the promises of God, and I love that. So this season, this week, may you dance with the promise of hope. Do some dancing this week, some reflecting on the places and spaces that you need to have hope. Because Jesus doesn't disappoint us. God's hope be with you all.